Hello, welcome back. So I wasn't gonna record tonight, and I didn't record this weekend because I just needed to use my brain for other things. But I was sitting outside, and then I was like, man, I really need to do some things. So my topic tonight is setting your space, and this is gonna be very non-traditional, but kinda, sorta, whatever, I don't know, we'll see where this goes, but very non-traditional according to books. So if you hear the barking, that's the dog, because my son has somebody over. And I was gonna break it down into three, and I guess I still can break it down into three different kind of sorry guys, my hair is trash, my face is trash, work sucks. Three different categories. So let me set in the space: mood for meditation, spell work, rituals, why they're similar but different. Okay, that was the original topic, and I'm kind of sort of gonna stick with that. But I was thinking that some of y'all can relate to this, right? So I cannot focus if things are cluttered and dismayed and just everywhere. I am a cluttery type person just by nature. I get that gene from my grandmother. She was a collector of things. I don't want to use the H word, but because I'm very much not a hoarder, but I do hold on to things and collect things. More than I ever thought I would, really. Because I'm not like a knick-knack person, but like I'm a rock person or a crystal person, right? So they tend to take up space. For example, I have got stuff like, there's no more room on this itty bitty shelf, and it's not very deep. It's literally like 2 inches. But there's just stuff everywhere, right? And I think kind of by nature, which is collect things. Not that we're all cluttery and disorganized, but we just collect stuff. And when you are trying to get in a headspace, if you are somebody that cannot think in clutter, then your first order of business is to get your space in order. That way you can get your brain in order to kind of flow with what you're doing. Because I feel like sometimes clutter can block the path that you're trying to get to because you're so focused on, oh my God, I gotta move this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. Well, I was gonna do that before I did this video, which is why I was kind of like not gonna do the video, because I cleaned the kitchen and it was a disaster. I got laundry going, I worked all day, like there's just a lot of stuff going on that I didn't want to put any extra effort into doing this. And then I was like, it's not always going to be perfect. Things are not always going to be in their place. I have kids that are adults, but they're still children in my house, in my opinion. And they're just like me, you know, cluttery. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, life happens, and sometimes you kind of have to muddle through the muddle, which is what I'm trying to do tonight. So, and my heart palpitations are really bad tonight, which is why I keep having to catch my breath, because it's like being mule kicked some nights and days in general. But like, for example, like this is real. It's about to get real. Unless you're one of those people that like is spotless all the time, which I commend you, I am not. So as you can see, my dresser, I pulled out some stuff to do jewelry working. So my dresser back there is just a shit show. Just stuff everywhere. Poor Santa. Now her little area is clean, but everything is still a little cluttered area, but it's there. And then I have Anna and Elizabeth. Anna's there. That's Elizabeth. The dolls. The closet. Just craziness. And then there's my bed. Now, normally y'all never see my bed, but I always make it before I do a video. And those are some tools that are on my bed. I got shoes on the floor. I haven't vacuumed. The cat's going to town doing his cleaning business. And then down here, I was cleaning out my incense, getting rid of old boxes and whatnot. I mean, there's just There is just stuff it's just everywhere. So, and that's life, right? It's life. And I don't know if I'm the only one that has the problem of working through the clutter, because sometimes in the heat of the moment and you just want to go to your space and do something because you need to do it right then, you have to dealing with the mess in the moment, because sometimes if you stop to do what you need to do to get to what you need to do, you kind of lose the momentum to do what you had started out to do originally, right? So this goes into setting your space. You can be in a calm space no matter what's going on in your environment. And I had to figure that out the hard way. Out of pure laziness, to be honest with you. I needed to do something. I didn't have time to do all this. So we're just cutting through it and we're going to do it anyway. I have to get up super early in the morning. I worked this all day today. I've been up since 5. It's now almost 9. So I'm like, these things have to get, I have a gnat in here. These things have to get done. But like if I stop to do all this other stuff, 1, I'll get sidetracked. 2, I'll lose my train of thought. And 3, I'll lose the energy to like do it, you know? So I'm just going to do it. We're going to talk about it. Messiness happens. Kids happen. Life happens. Job happens. You know, I'm not going to lie. I came home, took a nap. That happened, you know? Shit happens. But on the other side of that, there are a couple things you can do to help put you in a mind frame to sit down and focus on your immediate mental application, your mental headspace, your mental, what you need to get there mentally, but you don't want to deal with all this other stuff. So my big go-to is incense, something that's gonna just smell like a metaphysical shop, and it's a wonderful smell. I love that smell, and it's just incense. So my mom, actually my stepdad, buys this by the case, and it's the little cones, and it's just precious musk incense cones by him, and it smells like a metaphysical shop. Like, I like my sandalwood and I love my dragon's blood, but sometimes you just want a different smell, but something that still gets you to that place. This works for me. And all I need to do is get to that one spot, and a lot of times it's a mental spot, not a physical spot, so we can get anywhere we want to mentally, right? So if I sit down, I light my incense, and I literally just ignore what's going on around me, because everything I need right now is right in front of me, which is basically just a place to sit in my own space. So to get ready for that space, I have a little piece of, so your incense, something to just cleanse your immediate little area with, to get your juices going where they need to go. Even if you're going to work on feeding a spell, not necessarily that you need to do a whole thing, but like you're just feeding a spell, you still have to be in that mind space to get that work done, so your intention is strong and powerful and unblocked. And that is a big thing. If, like, at least for me, if I am so focused on what's going on around me, then everything I'm trying to focus on is it's just not gonna come out clear. It's not gonna be pure and vibrant and get to where I need it to get to. So in just needing to get to a space to maybe feed work, it doesn't matter what's going on around you as long as you have your immediate, what's in front of you, clear. So the other side of that also, now this is going to vary. For ritual, I don't know if everybody does this the same way, but like ritual, for a lot of solitary practitioners, happens inside the bedroom or inside their witchy space or their witchy room. So then at that point, you do want to go through and everything needs to be cleansed, because this is like a day-long event, right? It's not just a quick thing. Now, some of your rituals can be very quick and very subtle, and you can get them done. Some of the major ones, like if you're doing, I don't even have an example to come to mind, but something huge, like, I think the last one I did was not this past super moon, but the one before, where I wanted my crystals laid out. I wanted, things to be charged, cleansed. I wanted certain things wiped down and done. I had my north, east, south, and west, quadrants mapped out. I wanted to say hello to the elements, give them their praise, In that respect, yes, I wanted everything to be clean and tidy and organized and ready, ready for action. Because, some people set out a candle in each quadrant or quarter. Some people set, crystals and candles. It can get very complicated very quickly. And you really need your work environment, which it is work, your work environment clean of clutter. For just meditation, that is all about your headspace. That is totally headspace. It is good to not have the worry of the clutter. It makes things a lot better. But if you can get past, like if you just need to chill out, stop stressing, and get yourself in like a meditative state to where you just calm, cool. The mess is not going anywhere. It's going to be there in the next 10 to 30 minutes when you're done. And at that point, you're calmer, cooler, and more collected and relaxed to where you can get up and focus on, all right, well, I need to do the bathroom first, move into the bedroom, go into the hallway that leads into the dining room, leads into the living room, which leads into the kitchen, or vice versa. Start in the kitchen and work your way forward. It all depends on how you, do your thing. But I was sitting here stressing because I hadn't cleaned, and I'm like, sometimes, honestly, you just don't feel like doing it. You just don't. And I've gotten to a point in my life that I'm just going to have to be okay with that. I'm not always going to want to just clean. I clean all day at work after everybody. I get home, I'm cleaning all day here after everybody. Not all the time, but most of the time. There's always chores, Adulthood's a trap, man. You think you're getting out of the damn chores, you're getting more of them. But, there's always going to be something that has to come first, or in our mindset has to come first, when it's not true. We can sit down and do what we need to do as long as we can literally ignore what's going on around us. Because in the heat of the moment, in an emergency situation, it is what it is. It's got to get done, And that's in life too. If there's an emergency, I'm not going to stress over my carpet being vacuumed this week. You know what I mean? Or a dish in the sink. Now, some days that will throw me the hell off, especially if it's another rant. So let's just leave it there. But certain things I want done the way they need to be done. But things like tonight where it coming off as procrastination, which I am a marvel at, I really had to sit down and be like, no, you can sit down and talk to a camera, even though you've got tools, shoes, and things that need to go in the trash right beside your feet. You've got books over here, you've got a glass of tea here, incense everywhere. I mean, it's just a mess. But to do this, I just need to look here, right? I mean, yes, everything's going on around me, but I just need to focus on this. This was the goal. Goal achieved. So I just wanted to throw that out there. You have to decide mental or physical. If it's a physical thing, such as a ritual, then yes, you need to definitely probably tidy up and do what you need to do. If that's how you work. Some people don't, some people do. Some people never have to clean because they're always cleaning. And it's always clean, and people put things back where it goes. So you never have to stress about that. It doesn't work in my household. But to sit down and do something like meditation, feeding a spell, writing a spell, you just have to get in the right headspace. And sometimes it's just a matter of an incense, a little sage, a little Palo Santo, something to get you in the focus mode of just sitting down and doing what you need to do. Ritual is totally different. Building spell work, a little different, because at that point you're chasing down ingredients, you're collecting things things need to be where they need to be. Things need to be tidy. That way you don't have to clean in the moment. You can literally just sit down and focus on, or stand up, or whatever you do. Just focus on what you're doing. So, I hope that helped. Kind of ranty, kind of long, but I just wanted to get that out before I lost my momentum and procrastinated and said, I'll do it later. Because you know what? Something might happen and later might not come. You know? That's just not to get about it, but like, tomorrow, that old saying, tomorrow's not promised. It's a true thing. So, and nothing bad is going on. Just to make everyone. There's something in the wind. I was outside. Now I live in Atlanta, Georgia, right? And we don't get a lot of wind. If that makes it, we have a lot of still air here. There's a lot of energy. I went to get gas and do some things, and it was just something in the wind. Any of y'all ever get like that, where you just like catch something? Like there's energy behind it that, good, bad, or otherwise, like there's just something in the wind. I got that this evening, and I was like, oh, and I'm very, very wind oriented. Fire and wind is my stuff. So, or fire and air, wind, whatever. That might have been my little extra push for tonight. Maybe that was my little extra push. If you go, into signs and, such like that. So, I don't know, it was very interesting. I sat in my floor and I played with my little oracle deck here, pulled some cards, which for me that never makes sense. So, but to put my hands on them and feel them and get those juices and vibes going really helped. But anyway, I guess I'll let y'all go. Rambling rant over, but y'all have a good night. I will see y'all again Wednesday, so not tomorrow but the next day. And I'm gonna check this topic off. Done. If you have any more questions or comments, leave them in the description box and we'll discuss them again. I'm thinking about doing a live Wednesday, but I haven't totally settled on it. I've never really done a live by myself, and I need somebody here to help me with the computer. That way I can see comments and questions. So we'll see. We'll see. No promises, but we'll see. I know for sure there'll be a video out. Next topic, I have not decided on. I've gotten that one done, which that one goes with it. So we'll see. I was gonna do my ColourPop review, but I don't know if y'all would be interested in a ColourPop makeup review. It's my first stuff from ColourPop. I don't know if you'd want to see that. Let me know in the comments. And then I've got some other stuff like anxiety, like general thoughts and how I deal with some stuff, which I kind of went into that tonight because clutter is definitely an anxiety issue for me, and I'm not downplaying that. Like, it's a huge, like, I will freak out if things aren't a certain way. Sometimes that bipolar, like a bowl in the sink will set me off. But like how to recognize things, how to work through things, stuff like that. And I am not an expert, nor have I perfected it, because your girl was down this weekend. Not down like depression, but like that manic period, and I just can't focus and blah blah blah. That's why I didn't make a video. I want to be 100% honest and transparent. Let's see. There's a couple other topics, but y'all let me know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about, what you want information on. I still have some books I'm waiting to get before I go into those topics. So I have my opinion, and then I have what's in a book, and then, to mesh those together would be more appropriate. So y'all have a good night. I will see y'all soon. This is a 20-minute video. Good night. Bye-bye. See you soon.